Happy Friday, JBA listeners. What a week. We're here to break down the college basketball conference tournaments and the start of the NFL season this week. It's been a week jam-packed with signings and trades. We finished up with Friday After Dark. This episode is brought to you by Whey Good. It's the original protein shake on a stick. Davis is using them so he doesn't have to do the milk mile in September. Check them out today. All right, let's go. All right, boys. It's been a very jam-packed week. It's been a long week trying to keep up with all this. We can start at Saturday, kind of move our way down. We will kind of skip over free agency in the Friday recap just so we can get to it here in a little bit. But I'm going to start it with Kentucky beats Tennessee at Tennessee. Doesn't put us in the one spot, gets us a 2 seed, and we're looking really good going into these tournaments.
Yeah, that was a big win. Honestly, I didn't have many expectations going into that game. Going down to Knoxville, I expected Tennessee to roll. But the guy showed up. Shepard with the big sack shows up. I got him and Reeves. I think they both had 27 apiece. And then I think next you had Rob Dillingham. You know, you got your guys showing up. Onuenzo, I don't even think he attempted a field goal. But he had 4.
He had like 7 blocks.
He had 4.
He did his job.
Yeah. So, you know, those are kind of the situations where if you're not contributing, you know, necessarily on the scoreboard, you're somewhere in that box score.
Right.
Contributing somewhere.
And like we talked about with Knapp last week, we need somebody to figure their shit out, be the rim protector that Cal recruited them for, and I think he protected the rim like he was supposed to. How many blocks do we have as a team? Davis, go ahead. I'll look that up.
Yeah, I kind of had that expectation Kentucky coming to Knoxville and win. Tennessee coming off just, you know, clinching the SEC regular season championship, getting the 1 seed. I didn't really see much to play for. Like, obviously they're going to come in and play, but, you know, definitely takes away from the environment a little bit. Kentucky had it all to play for, because I think if you lose that game and, you know, if the rest of the day doesn't go your way, you're possibly playing an extra day in the SEC tournament. So I think Kentucky had a lot to play for. I expected them to win going into that game. So big win by the Cats. And then about the big guys need to take pride in that job, man. You've got such good guards. Like, all you have to do is play defense. You don't even need to touch the ball. Just get the rebound, block it, and give it up. So
yeah. They had 9 blocks as a team, and Ugo had, I think, 4 or 5 of them. I can't see that part, but they had 9 as a team, which is insane.
Yeah, I think Thero had I think he had 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm. I love Thero too.
Yeah, he's one of those. It's almost brutal to watch him out there, but he's a hustler. You know what I mean? He's not the flashiest player, but he hustles. But
he's the role player he needs to be to dive on the floor, take charges, even though they weren't getting the call. He gets blocks, he gets steals, and then he dunks the ball, which is always beautiful. But I mean, I love Thero. I can't say enough about it.
Yeah, I would really like to see this game again, though. Kentucky, I don't know what the percentage was, but Kentucky shot outrageously good from 3.
54%.
Yeah, that's insane. So, obviously, you know, that you play that game again, it's probably not going to happen. So, I would love to be able to get this game on Sunday.
But my thing is Tennessee fans are saying, oh, well, they only beat us because you shot 54% from the field. I think it was from the field. I know they shot like 40 or 50% from 3, but
they shot 52 from the 3.
Right. So we're a good. I think our season average for field goal percentage is like 50 or 46%. We shot 54. That's not an unbelievable stat for us to have. So you can't say, oh, it's because they shot the lights out. Kentucky's an offensive team. That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
To be honest, if we had all of our starters through SEC play, we probably would be shooting around 54% truly, no matter what. So
Kentucky's played well on the road. They've played better on the road.
Right. I think they're a better road team, which is going to help in the SEC tournament, I think, and in the NCAA tournament, because if we get a West call, I mean, Kentucky fans do love to show up, but if you're playing a West team, the West #1 team out in West, it's not going to be as much as a home game. But, yes, they're a very good road team. I wish they were a better home team, but that doesn't matter now. So, I'm just glad we're going into the tournament in a good stride. Everybody's healthy. Knock on wood. We keep it that way. But with the way that they're playing, I can see it, and I think my future bet from the summer may come true. So
I hope so.
I hope. Plus,
I placed that future bet too, but I cashed mine out because I ran out of money to bet on the NFL. And then I placed it again this weekend and cashed it out again because I ran out of money again. So,
yeah, that's why I hate betting those futures, because I sit there and I'm like, ooh, I could probably cash this out. It's a little less than what I initially had, but
luckily mine was through ESPN Bet, and when I put my deposit in, I got that nice little bonus bet, and they don't let you cash those out. So
no.
I've got $20 bonus bet on the Cats to win it all. I got $20 bonus bet on the Panthers to win the Eastern Conference, and I got a $20 bonus bet for the Panthers to win the Stanley Cup. Can't cash any of them out. It's like $700 worth of bets. I'm cool with it. Keep it in there because the Panthers right now are playing out of this world, and it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
North Carolina beats Duke at Cameron.
Yeah,
I think we kind of expected that. I think it was a really good game, but I think it was kind of expected. What not was expected was Houston. I expected them to beat Kansas, but Houston blowing Kansas out by 30, I was not expecting that at all. Even though I do call them frauds, I think you still had to compete there. And then on top of that, didn't they just get beat today or yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah, they got beat
by Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati, yeah,
72-52, got beat by 20, and they're saying that they rested their starters.
Yeah. Shout out Knapp for saying they're the most overrated team, and also calling them slaw. So he nailed that one.
Valid point.
No, but I think I took Duke to cover in that North Carolina game just because it was a big game, and they did not do that.
No, they did not. North Carolina controlled that.
Yeah.
And then, we got to hear the Duke fans cry. We got to see the Duke fans throw shit at everybody. So,
which they should be executed for.
Player safety.
Yep.
Yeah. Like if Jay Billis wants to call for them coming on the court storming to be executed, I think you need to be executed. What are you doing? Can I see?
Yeah. So we need to arrest all Tennessee fans and all Duke fans because they like throwing stuff onto the playing field.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because I hate both of them. But as far as Houston goes, Houston looks incredible.
Good. They do look really good, and I think them being the favorite is good. So
I'm hoping that
Houston, Kentucky, and North Carolina, and I hate to say that for the last one, but I think they all look really well. I think Marquette is a big sleeper team in that mix too.
Yeah, I feel like Marquette's always that sneaky team. Texas Tech is a team that tends to get hot in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got a sleeper there. But yeah, I'm hoping that Kentucky doesn't get in a bracket with Houston. Because I don't want to see them.
I think the bracket they have right now is like UConn, Marquette.
UConn.
Yeah, and I don't like that at all. I think they need to win the SEC championship to get out of that bracket.
I'd like to see them with Purdue. I think they can match up well with Purdue.
I also don't think there's a lot of people picking Purdue to win.
I hate Purdue.
I don't think that they're going to do anything.
When they get in trouble, they just give it to Edey, and whenever he has the ball, he gets the ball down here, and all you have to do is strip him.
Exactly.
That's what Ohio State did. Like they couldn't do anything against them.
Yeah, I don't like Purdue. I haven't liked Purdue. They're kind of like my Virginia from like 2 years ago. I think they get bounced early and then they just don't, and I like Jay Wright, but I just don't think that they have it. But I will say the Big East is becoming the Big East again, and I kind of like it. I do love the Big East. Remember a long time ago when Louisville was in there, they used to have pretty good teams coming in, like Georgetown, who else? Providence and all them. Like they used to play a great basketball, and they were good sleeper teams. And I think they're starting to become that again since UConn won that championship.
Yeah.
So, I guess we can just go into college basketball conference tournaments. They're going on right now. We just told you that yesterday Cincinnati beats Kansas. BYU beats UCF, obviously. Today starts the SEC tournament.
Started
yesterday?
Vandy and
I thought Vandy played today.
Went in overtime last night.
It was yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. I saw Vandy took them to overtime, and I think they only lost by what, 5 maybe.
Yeah, Vandy played a good game.
Yeah, and especially coming out that their coach was about to get fired and
Yeah,
would not be returning for next season. So that kind of tells you everything you need to know. I mean, I don't think Stackhouse needs to go. I think they need to give him more support. They're trying to rebuild a football stadium. Their football teams only had 2 wins the last 20 years. I mean, they're not good. Their basketball team's way better, and I don't think they give them the support that they need.
Did you guys see where the Utah State's women's basketball coach got fired and was asked on how she plans on rebuilding for the future?
Yeah, and she was like, "I'm not gonna be rebuilding. I just coached my last game."
Yeah,
whoever the AD is there, they're an asshole. You can't fire somebody right after a game.
She honestly handled it better than most, I think, because
she handled it better than any men's coach would.
I wouldn't have gone to the presser.
I wouldn't have gone to the presser. And if they would have been like, "You still need to go to the presser," I'd have been like, "You can eat my dick because I ain't going." So I think she handled it very well, but she could have definitely just went off. But I also think being a coach, you have to, prepare for the future. And I think that's what she's doing. If she would have thrown him under the bus, she would have been out of a job.
She wouldn't have a job at all.
Yeah. I would have gone back to high school sports.
Yeah. So the SEC tournament started tomorrow. It looks like we've got Tennessee versus Mississippi State. I think that'll be a very good game, especially if Hubbard plays like he did against Kentucky. Auburn and South Carolina. I've seen a lot of people doing South Carolina to the championship, beating Auburn, beating Tennessee if they make it, and then Kentucky beating them from there. But I think I was wrong maybe a little bit about South Carolina, as in they fell off, but I don't know. They kind of got a good draw.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they look pretty good. I was trying to look at the schedule for tomorrow. Who does Kentucky get? Did they get the Ole Miss?
You get the winner of Game 5, which is Texas A&M or Ole Miss. Yeah,
they're currently playing, and Ole Miss is down by 3 in the second half. So we're for Ole Miss for our Hoptown fella, Mr. Sharp.
Yep,
correct. Doo-doo.
That's
a big boy. I remember whenever I played at Hoptown, and he was in like maybe 8th grade, 7th grade, something like that. And they had middle school basketball going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we were practicing one day, and he always came to practice. And Coach Ayworth said, I overheard him talking. He's like, "What do you want to do? Like, why are you not wanting to go to practice?" And he goes, "Coach, I want to be in the band." And he said,
"Yeah,
I don't think I've seen Hayworth any more red than I've ever seen him in that moment." Yeah. And he said, "You want to be in the effing band? Are you kidding me? You're 7 foot tall."
Yeah. He was tall. He was tall back then.
Oh, dude! Have you ever seen their mom? Quaylis's Doo-doo's mom. Dude, she's tall, and apparently their dad is like 6'11" too. Like,
yeah,
like
good genes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
but yeah, dude.
Quaylis isn't that tall though.
Quaylis as tall as I am.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's not 7 foot tall.
I mean, give him credit. What is he? 7'4", 7'5"?
He's something like that. But I mean, dude, going from Western to there, that's awesome. I mean, that's really
Western's got a pretty good program, though.
They do. Western's always had a really good program, probably like the last 10, 15 years. They've done it really well. And then the transfer portal came, but they can kind of pull like a Kentucky in bigger schools. They can get people from smaller schools, make them even better, and then they can go to the draft. But
he's 7'5".
That's insane, man. And he's probably going to get drafted. I would say I don't think he goes undrafted. I think he gets drafted for sure because just as a rim protector in itself, and then, I mean, rebounding, he's kind of like a Steven Adams. All you got to do is just put the ball back up there.
I think we need to teach him how to shoot and dribble so he can be a Wimby.
We'll let them handle that one.
Yeah.
He can probably shoot better than us.
Are they winning right now? Is Ole Miss winning?
They're down 4.
They're down.
I can't see that game for some reason. All I can see is Kansas State. Oh, because I'm on top 25. Maybe that's why.
Together.
Yeah. Now I can see it. Okay. Duke's losing right now to NC State.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So, SEC tournament, who do we think comes out on top? I generally think it's Tennessee, Auburn, Kentucky, Bama coming out in the semifinals. I'm going to say a Kentucky, Tennessee final, and then obviously I'm going to go Kentucky because just of how they played the last week. Now that might sway my opinion if they play tomorrow and look like shit, but for now I'm going Kentucky because I think they keep this shot.
Yeah, I think Kentucky's hot. There's a couple teams. You know, I wouldn't really like to see Texas A&M. It seems like we always have a pretty good matchup with Texas A&M
this year too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't know that I want to see them. I just don't want to see them lose a game that they are very capable and should win. But I'm gonna go with Tennessee and Kentucky. I'd like to see that matchup again.
Yeah, I just want to see the matchup again. So yeah, Tennessee, Kentucky, but I got Tennessee winning this time. Like I said last week, I think Tennessee's the better overall team. Kentucky's got more guys to go get a bucket, but overall team, and then obviously everybody on Tennessee is like 28. So yeah, I mean, you got a bunch of old guys.
The scary thing about Tennessee is that they stayed in that game with everybody but Dalton Knecht scoring. Mm-hmm. I mean, he had 40 at one time in the first half. I think he had all but maybe 4 points.
Yeah, that's a cold
at some point, not the whole first half, but
that's a cold-blooded cracker.
Yeah, he's smooth, and I hate saying that, but he's fun to watch too.
I don't understand where it came from. Like, how you come to the SEC your first year and just tear shit up?
I found this out Saturday. He was like the overall leading scorer of the Big Sky when he was at Colorado State last year.
Yeah.
They put him Big Sky all-season team 2 instead of 1. But, I mean, he cleared everybody by like 100 points, I think, in the Big Sky. They recruit him to come here, and he's just a pure scorer. Nobody knew. And that baffles me that they put him on the second team of the Big Sky. I mean, I hate saying about Tennessee, dude, but he is good. Like, there's no denying that.
But what I was getting at, what's scary about them is that if they have they're capable of having 2 or 3 guys to go out and do that. Right. And if they do, you know, the first game we kind of shut Knecht down, and they still find a way. But Zakai Zeigler, he's another dude. You know, he goes out there, hits the big shots. Well, and they're more veteran.
That's what I was saying last week too, is that before the game, I was like, they have 3 guys that can do it. You have to make sure 2 of those 3 guys don't. And I don't think that Vescovi, I think he had maybe 4 points. It might be 0. But I think they completely shut him down. Ziegler got his, I think, like 10 or 15, something like that. But, like, you just got to limit them to 1. You know Connect's going to get 20 at least. You can just count on that right there. If you can limit the Ziegler and Vescovi, then that's what you need to do. And I think that's what they did really well. And I think Ugo's 9 blocks really come in and they help that. Yeah. So I think it'd be a fun rematch if it makes it happen. We obviously need to worry about getting through the first 2 games first. We can't look forward to that. But I think that could be a half and half house too, Tennessee and Kentucky, because Big Blue Nation travels well, but they're just as far from Nashville as they are from Knoxville from there. So
yeah.
I think it'd be a good one. So Kentucky on that one. What about the ACC tournament?
Davis, didn't you have aren't you a big fan of Georgia Tech?
Yeah, those are my guys. They beat North Carolina and Duke during the regular season. That's all I needed to see.
They got their ass whooped by Notre Dame.
Well, if we would have matched up with Duke and North Carolina, we were prepared.
I think let's see. I'll go with North Carolina. They look good.
You don't want your Illinois team? The 2 seed in the whole tournament? You don't want them?
I mean, I do, but I think
I'm telling the whole state.
Tell them.
Yeah, I'm going to say North Carolina. I like them for it. They play Pitt tomorrow at 7. Duke is, I think, are they playing right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're getting beat right now.
Yeah, by NC State by 7.
Yeah.
With 8 to go, it looks like. So
I'd be
I
fine with
like
them
Duke.
getting
I mean,
beat.
I like North Carolina for it. I think they'll handle Pitt pretty well.
Illinois
then-
is a great team, though.
Yeah. Did Illinois get beat or something? Why am I not? Oh, that's in. Sorry, I'm thinking of a different conference. I have 2 pulled up right here. I'm sorry. But, yeah, North Carolina, I think, wins that. Big Ten between Purdue and – I mean, it's going to have to be between Purdue and Illinois, right? I don't think anybody else can beat them. Nebraska ain't winning that.
No, Nebraska's not.
It's going to be Purdue.
Yeah.
I was going to
I
say
don't
that
know. Did Ohio State survive today? I think they did.
Yeah,
they were up 10 against Iowa. I can see Ohio State making a run in that. I mean, I'm not an expert on Ohio State basketball, but a few times I've watched them, I've been impressed.
I mean, they beat Iowa today 90-78. I don't know how much that's saying. They only had 2 more wins than them. But, I mean, that's saying something. They were a 10 seed. They were Ohio State was a 10 seed. Iowa was a 7.
Buckeyes.
So,
Buckeyes are going to run it. They're going to make a deep run into the Sweet 16 in the tournament. I don't even know if they're eligible to make the tournament.
I don't think the Buckeyes are. I don't think they're that good.
Well, they're going to make a run.
Out to do it.
We're going to win out. We're going to make a run.
You're going to make Houston smile from ear to ear saying that. I don't like that. Can't let Bill be that happy. He's already got a Super Bowl this year. I can't let him be that happy. All right.
Maybe he'll be mad whenever I lied to him because they're going to get their ass whooped probably.
Good. Bill, you hear that? We can't let you be too happy now.
Tease him.
You get to choose one a year. You either get a Super Bowl, you either get a NCAA tournament berth, or you get an NCAA football championship ring. You don't get all 3. You only get 1. All right?
I don't get any.
We don't get nothing. And we're going to get to that in a little while, but we don't get nothing.
No.
And then the last one, I've got the Big East tournament. I think it would be really cool to see St. John's come out of it. I think that game is today, maybe. Seton Hall, St. John's. Isn't that today? So is that right now?
No, it's tomorrow, I think.
No, it's just the 14th, isn't it?
Oh.
Providence and Creighton are playing right now. Creighton's down 11, excuse me.
Hey, today is the 14th. Happy Pie Day.
Happy Pie Day.
Yeah, happy Pie Day.
My mom's birthday's tomorrow.
Enjoys their pie.
Happy birthday, Mama Dawson.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Chrissy.
Yeah. She's still 21. Y'all believe that? It's crazy.
I know, that's crazy.
It's nuts. Yeah, happy birthday, Mom. Since this will be tomorrow, you'll hear it then. I don't see that game in here.
Who are you looking for?
St. John Seton Hall.
St. John's plays UConn.
Today?
Tomorrow.
Oh, so they won today is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it would be really cool to see Patino make it out. I think are they on the bubble? I think I saw that they were on the bubble, maybe.
Yeah, they are. I don't think they can beat UConn, but it would be cool if they could.
Frauds. They could beat them. Frauds. All right.
I don't know. I got UConn. UConn's going to win it. Easy.
Boo. Frauds. They're like Kansas. I'm going to say I've really liked Marquette, man. I've always been a Marquette guy. It's like for Big East teams, but Marquette, I think, is going to beat St. John's in the final.
I think.
That's my final prediction for the Big East.
I don't know. I lost all respect for Marquette whenever Ja Morant torched them.
Yeah, that was nice though.
Now I used to love Marquette. Grew up a D Wade fan, so I loved Marquette. And after that,
yeah,
crossed them off.
All right. Anything else on college basketball? I mean, we can do favorites next week when the tournament starts, but I mean, these conference tournaments this weekend will be really fun. Game Time still has those tickets for $164 a piece, Davis. So don't ever lie to me again.
I'm looking.
I'll pull it up right now. I
don't know. I've been looking.
But you didn't believe me last episode that they were $164 a piece.
Well,
actually
just
surprising.
give it a couple days. You let Kentucky or Tennessee win a game,
Mhm.
then they're going to be 300 apiece.
They're at 158 right now. Row M. It's a nice view.
That narrows it down.
That's a nice view. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so NFL free agency started this week. We had, first of all, let's talk about this. The legal tampering period that they call it just needs to be called negotiation period. I'm tired of seeing like you can legally tamper with this person. As soon as the day it opens, it should just be negotiation period, and then free agency starts and the official signings can start Wednesday.
Yeah,
think
they
that's
just
what needs
need
to
to
happen.
do away with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
I
the
don't
point?
know.
What's the point in it?
well, the
Everybody
point of it
does
is
it.
that they can talk to they can release from what their agents can release and say, okay, let's say Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard signed this deal with the Titans, but it won't be official until Wednesday. But they call it legal tampering because that's the first day that they can call free agents since the league year ended and then the new one began. So they just need to call it negotiation period because that's literally all it is. Because then the agent releases some astronomical number, and then when Wednesday comes or whatever day the league year opens that year, then the teams will release the actual contract and what it is. Because then it gets people freaking out over, well, he's making $24 million over 3 years. Yeah, but like there's void years, there's a bunch of incentives, there's a bunch of other shit like that that don't actually go into the cap hit.
It's
So
interesting if you actually if you follow. I follow the site over the cap
mhm.
and how like the salaries are broken down. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
nowhere near what you think it is. Like how simple you think it is.
Oh, it's insane. Like I looked at Ridley's contract today and him getting like the money he's getting, it like we all were telling me like that's way too much. Dude, his cap hit this for 2024 is only 9.75 million. And then if he makes it to the 5th day of March, then it's a $23 million cap hit next year. But if we cut him before that, there's like only like I think another 9 million or 4 million in dead cap that next year. So
Yeah.
it's basically a 1-year prove it deal. And if we like it and we think it's doing something, then we just keep him going, right? But if we cut him, we don't lose anything next year, which is awesome.
I
Yeah.
don't know. The salary cap's ridiculous. I don't know if you guys have ever made a Madden franchise.
Yeah.
It's just so damn hard. I can't re-sign my guys because I run out of money every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever tried one with a fantasy draft? That's even harder. It's bad.
Well, that's not realistic, Brian.
No, I know, but like it's so hard to keep all
You're
your good
trying
players.
to.
I got a 91 overall offense. I'm like, damn, everybody's leaving me, and I'm like, I have $2 million in cap space.
Signing everybody to a 1-year deal.
So, but yeah, it's very cool to see them break it down. I think we just go conference by conference and talk about who got what. We'll start with the top tier conference in the NFL, the AFC South. Titans get Cushenberry from the Broncos, who was the old Broncos center. I think it's a very good signing. I think that you need to beef up your offensive line. I do like Aaron Brewer, but when you're built like, not a center, I think it's a tough place to be. But Cushenberry is very good. I think he was tied for second in pressures last year and gave up like 2 sacks throughout the entire year. I think that's going to keep him keep Levis on his feet. Will, if you listen to this, I reach out to you on Instagram. Please hit us back up. We would love to have you on. And then we go out and we steal Trevor's player and Kenneth Murray, and Trevor thinks that's stupid, but
no, what I think is stupid is how much you paid him. But
that's stupid. But also, the Chargers' defense has literally been so bad the last how many years?
Who was their head coach?
Brandon Staley. He was a defensive guy.
He proved that, didn't he?
No, it was horrible. But what's funny is I was a huge fan of Kenneth Murray coming out of college. He came out of Oklahoma. He's solid.
Well, so I think our big problem is we needed a starting middle linebacker.
Yeah,
we can still get that in Jerome Baker right now, I think, and I think him next to Baker will be a very good fit for him. I think his contract, when I read it today, was set up this very similar to Ridley's. Like it's kind of like a prove it year 1, and then like if we keep him on after the 5th day of March, then like we pay him full, right? But
yeah, it was just like you said when they first released the numbers. I think it was first reported at 2 years, 18 million.
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh, why would you do that?
You see it drops significantly off of that, and then we go out and get a big one. The dark horse emerges and goes and gets the Jaguars' Calvin Ridley. I am ecstatic, I think I picked that up last night when I kind of watched. I sat here on YouTube and watched some Calvin Ridley highlights, and I was very impressed and happy. Along with that, we still have D-Hop and Treylon Burks. I'm still a firm believer Treylon Burks can hit that what should have been his 2-year mark gap and improve. It should be this year. I think he does a really good job with Callahan and gets right. I mean, he's been training all offseason. I haven't seen him do that in the 2 years he's been here. And then finally, we go get Mason Rudolph, baby. The man, the myth, the legend, Mason Rudolph, who's played, I think, 6 games in his entire NFL career, and I still don't understand why we did it, but his numbers look good when he's out there, and I'll take it. So,
yeah, I mean, I like the additions that they brought.
Yeah, and we're still rocking $45 million in cap space as of today.
Yeah.
So we didn't get Eric Armstead. We didn't get DJ Reader. Kind of sucks because we don't have anybody right now on the defensive line. So I don't know what their plan is for that, but I am starting to learn that Rand is not J-Rob. I think I've known that for a long time, and I think that I'm just going to let Rand cook. Shout out Titans Coliseum podcast. Let him cook and let him do his thing and get this team right where it's supposed to be.
I really think Mason Rudolph's going to take Will Levis's position for the end of the year without injury. I think he's going to take the starting spot.
You should be whooped.
I really do.
You should be whooped.
Mason Rudolph's a dog. So you didn't even mention your new one of your other new offensive linemen, Sadiq Charles. What do you think of him?
I think he's going to be a good swing tackle.
You probably don't know anything about him.
Listen, here's my thing.
He can't stay on the field.
Here's my thing with offensive linemen right now. I think our offensive line is going to improve because of everything I've heard about Bill Callahan, Brian Callahan's dad. He was over the Browns' offensive line last year, and they were solid. And everything I read from Browns' Twitter is that the backups that they had that they got off the street and didn't know who their name was are still great, or they were still good players to plug and play inside there. And I just think I'm going to let him run with that offensive line. A lot of Titans Twitter is very upset we haven't gotten a right tackle or anything like that. Let Bill and Brian work and do their thing because Bill's obviously proven that he can do it. So we'll talk about Sadiq after the first 3 weeks. Let's put it like that.
So my experience with Sadiq, can't stay healthy. He's very athletic, and I'm pretty sure he has dinosaur arms. But
perfect Titans player. Can't stay healthy and not athletic, or very athletic.
I think he has a lot of potential, but I don't know. And it's one of those depth higher.
You have described Titans players that we get all the time. Athletic, can't stay healthy, and he has potential, and we won't bring it out. But I'm going to trust him. I'm going to trust him.
Yeah, little quiz for you. Did you know, or I guess FYI, not a quiz, did you know that Bill Callahan was the interim head coach of the Washington Redskins?
I did not know that.
Yep. Honestly, we've had so many coaches, I can't remember what coach we fired for him to get that position. So I think it may have been Jay. It may have been Jay Gruden, but we did have a good offensive line back then. That's when we had Trent Williams, Brandon Sheriff, Morgan Moses,
what could have been with Trent Williams?
Yeah, he hates us now.
Yeah. Jaguars. I think they regressed. I don't think they progressed.
Oh, no.
I don't think they got any better.
You got Gabe Davis.
You gave up Calvin Ridley to go get Gabe Davis.
Why not?
I mean, I think if Gabe Davis isn't playing second fiddle to Stephon Diggs, he's your number one
Gabe
receiver.
Davis can't stay healthy.
How tall is Calvin?
I want to say he's the same height as D-Hop, isn't he?
I don't even know.
He's fairly tall.
He's tall. I mean,
oh well, never mind. That takes away my point. I was going to say you got Christian Kirk on the other side. He's a small dude. It's like one of Washington's problems. We just like signing 6-foot wide receivers. So, but anyway, you got Devin Duvernay, and then you got the Armstead from 49ers. You got some dogs on defense coming in.
Kyle Pitts is 6'6".
Yeah,
I did not know that. That's insane. Holy shit!
That was kind of random.
Well, he just came up players similar to Calvin Ridley, and it was like Curtis Samuel, and then it said Kyle Pitts 6'6". I was like, "Are you kidding me?" My God. Okay, back to the Jaguars. I don't think they got any better. I don't think I genuinely think I've had Gabe Davis for 2 years on my fantasy team, and I swear to God, he's played one full season in 2 seasons. He never stays healthy.
Well, it's cold up there, man. Them hits when it's -2 degrees, it hurts.
Don't say them hits if Josh Allen is running the ball like a madman like that. You can't say it.
Well, he's built different.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah, you can't compare the two.
Stephon Diggs.
But they even got Mac Jones, man. They got another quarterback.
So who starts there?
Oh,
Mac
he starts
Jones.
over Lawrence.
Mac Jones.
I don't know. Mac
You
Jones.
there's no way. There's no way that
Listen,
you can
they've
plug
played.
Mac
You know
Jones
how
in.
awkward that's got to be because they've literally been at the same college camps, all the same, whatever their equivalent to AAU camps are. They came in the draft together. They went to college at the same time. And he's the hometown guy now. You know how awkward that locker room is going to be?
Yeah, I think they trust in Trevor.
I wish I
don't
had
know why.
Trevor.
I don't.
Actually, no, I don't because I've got the number 2 pick.
Yeah.
You also got rid of. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I can't wait to get there. Colts.
Colts basically re-signed everybody on their team.
Yeah, they also got rid of Gardner Minshew.
They got Joel fucking Flacco.
I don't know what they're.
Yeah, the Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
pickup,
I guess you want Aaron or you want what I'm just drew the biggest blank.
Anthony Richardson.
And you want Anthony Richardson to learn from a big veteran quarterback. I get it, but that's a lot of money. That's
not really. They're not comparable, and yeah. I don't know. I don't understand that pick. But
do you think they're worried about injury concerns with Anthony?
I don't think so. Because you get Joe Flacco. I'd be worried about injuries with Joe.
Yeah, but I'm saying he came in last year and finished out the year for the Browns, and now you think, we've got to have somebody. At least we have him on the roster already.
I think the Colts have a good roster, so yeah. I mean, I think they have faith. If there is an injury, I think they have faith in Joe. I'm high on the Colts.
Yeah, the Colts. Yeah,
this division's tough, Brian.
Well, we're going to get there in just a second because the Texans have signed every defensive they're going to kill somebody. I think.
Yeah, the Texans are going to be insane.
They're going to kill Will Levis. No, you know why they're not? Because we're getting Joel Alt at 7, baby, and I'm excited.
Not if the Chargers get him.
Y'all better worry about something else first, buddy. Y'all need a new receiver.
Yeah, I hope we'll get there.
Yeah, but they get. Let's talk about this. Joe Mixon to the Texans for a 7th rounder. Nuts. They basically just rebuilt the Titans defense from last year, so that tells you we were pretty decent at defense. And then they get Daniel, or is it Daniel or Daniel? I don't know how to really say his first name.
I don't know. I was hoping you'd know.
D. Hunter from the Vikings, and I mean, I think their offense was pretty good last year. This is a deep wide receiver class, so where their pick is, they can still get a decent wide receiver if that's what they choose to bring in. I don't even know what they mean. I try not to listen to anything that they were saying. But their D-line and middle linebackers are going to be nuts.
They're going to be just as good and quite a bit better than what they were last year. They were in a good spot last year.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty good. So I think that the AFC South is not the bottom of the NFL anymore. I really don't. I think it's, second half, but I don't think it's the worst part of the NFL anymore. I still think that's the NFC South, but yeah. So
I can probably agree with that.
Yeah. All right, AFC North. I will start this off. Long live the king.
Yeah.
I might cry. Long live the king. Derrick Henry to the Ravens on a 2-year deal. I expected it. I said Ravens or Cowboys. Obviously, I would rather have the Cowboys because I hate the Ravens a lot.
No, go Ravens.
But I think that makes them better. I don't know if it makes them more of a Super Bowl contender. But Derrick Henry, I love you so much, and I'm going to miss you more than anything. And I will still wear your jersey every Sunday. And I'm going to try not to cry. So
yeah, that's a tough one to swallow.
Enjoy your time in purple.
If Tennessee would have just paid the man,
he's gonna look so badass in those uniforms.
He already does. It's unreal how
those
good
those photoshops are so dope.
I mean, my God, He's already a good looking dude. I ain't gonna lie, but like the purple and black looks mean, and I've always thought the Ravens like their colorway was insanely like kind of just kind of mean looking, and he looks like a unit in that thing. Yeah. But in maybe 3 years he'll come sign a 1-day contract with the Titans, retire with the Titans, and we love you.
Yeah, the Ravens also lost a lot this free agency.
A lot of
so
defense.
I'm curious to see, and their defensive coordinator too. He is in Seattle. Because he didn't want to come to Washington, but whatever. I don't know. I'm curious to see what the Ravens are going to do. I don't really know about the cap hit with Lamar and all that. I haven't really looked at that, but I don't know how much that actually affects them, like going out and getting people this offseason. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yep. They go get okay. Well, speaking of the Ravens getting rid of their defense, Steelers pick up Patrick Queen. They get who'd you say? Dante Jackson? Oh, yeah. And they traded Dante Jackson for the Panthers, and Deontay Johnson basically swapped them. And then they go get Russell Wilson. Shout out Future. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with 3 quarterbacks in a room. Obviously, they don't believe in Kenny Pickett. Why not get rid of him? I thought they were going to go after Justin Fields. They did not. I never even thought Russell Wilson would go over there. I know you did, Lamar, but
yeah. I expected that. He seems like a Tomlin guy. What's going to be funny is Russell Wilson, this well put together guy, and then you've got a guy like George Pickens.
Oh, dude, he's going to show up in Black Forces blaring Future songs in the locker room day one, and I'm going to geek. It's going to be so funny.
They said, I saw a tweet. They said George Pickens is the type of dude to be banging Future and wonder why he's not getting any targets.
George Pickens, I will buy your jersey and wear it if you play Future in the locker room day one of training camp. Like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know if I like it or dislike it. I think Russ still has a little bit in him, and you have to respect Tomlin as a coach. It'll be interesting to see what he brings out.
Yeah, well, they got him for literally nothing. So, I mean, it's one of those, you can't really lose that situation. But now I want to make a recommendations for Russ, and do not do high knees on the plane ride next to Pickens. You might catch one.
Yeah. Also, don't come up with some stupid-ass slogan like Broncos Country, Let's Ride. And I know I saw this tweet the other day, and I 100% agree with it. At some point before the season begins, he's going to tweet out "Iron sharpens iron."
I hope
he's
not.
Going to tweet it. He's going to tweet it, or he's going to say it. It's going to be one of the two.
I think he learned it. I think he learned his lesson.
No, he made the danger witch right after he said "Broncos Country, Let's Ride." No, he didn't learn his lesson.
Yeah, I think Denver's probably shooting themselves over that one.
Yeah,
how it didn't work out.
He needs to go. So, all right, Bengals still got T. Higgins franchise tag. He says he wants out. He says he wants to be traded. If you want my honest opinion, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to still throw it out there. I think the Vikings go trade Justin Jefferson for T. Higgins and 2 firsts, and Bengals bring in Justin Jefferson and
they turned it down.
We're going to find it. Well, they want Joe Burrow, which counter-offering with that. That's just not going to happen.
That'd be stupid.
Yeah.
If we couldn't have Chris Paul and Kobe, we can't have Jefferson and Chase.
We also couldn't have Chris Paul, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James at the same time. Which
Chris Paul's a loser. I didn't want him in Miami. Can't stand Chris Paul.
Yeah, that's Cincinnati. That's somewhat interesting. If they get Justin Jefferson, pending what they have to give up, that's insane. I don't see how you pay them all because I think Jamar's due a contract.
I saw one today because I remember we talked about that yesterday. I saw one today that says if they trade T and give up the 2 firsts, they have enough cap space next year to make both of them pretty happy. They won't get obviously like the major deal, but they both still get over $100 million apiece. Yeah. But and your top 2 wide receivers and your quarterback are like 50% of your cap space.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
But the funny thing is, why I hate the cap is all they have to do is restructure deals.
Yeah, they'll restructure it at the end, which
like
Patrick.
Burrow, he'll restructure his to where he'll defer his signing bonus or something. Or
he'll
crazy.
make it a signing bonus that year, and then it doesn't go against their cap hit, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then they traded Joe Mixon to the Texans and went and picked up Zach Moss after they said last year they wanted to improve their running game.
I think we're going to see that Joe Burrow's a bust. I think he's going to lose a lot of weapons, and I think he's going to,
I think they need to get him an offensive line that protects his hands.
We're about to see huge regression.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I think
I don't know, man.
I think he's one of the coldest dudes. Just his swag alone is enough to carry him.
Yeah,
well, he's never played without superstar weapons.
He's never played with a good offensive line either.
Yeah,
they rebuilt it after
when
that.
When did they rebuild it?
I don't know. I thought they did. I don't know.
It's like when the little piggies rebuild the house into straw after the wolf blows it down. It didn't work.
Look, I had to trade my number 2 pick for a 3rd round pick. I hope they have to trade their number 1 overall pick. So
not gonna happen.
Make me feel a little better. We were a 2-point conversion away from Joe Burrow. Hope he sucks.
Crazy. All right. The Browns go get Jerry Jeudy in a trade with the Broncos. Great.
I don't like Jerry Jeudy. I don't think he's very good.
The Titans fans that wanted him last year, I thought they were crazy. I mean, he had.
Actually, before last year, I would have said probably, but after watching him last year,
yeah. But they did get the steal of free agency, and the guy who eats W's, Jameis Winston, is a Cleveland Brown, and it's going to be awesome. Awesome.
That just makes Cleveland even funnier.
Yeah, that's a good locker room guy.
I wanted him as a backup, but not Mason Rudolph. I wanted Jameis Winston because that dude is going to bring great vibes to a locker room. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. But
now you have a starter.
Good thing there's no snow crabs in Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah. But how does he handle Deshaun Watson?
Massages.
I mean, really and truly, you got to think you got a good 4 games out of Deshaun Watson. He's going to get hurt, and then it's Jameis time, man. It's going to be awesome. That dude's going to be out there, big eyes, ready to roll. It's going to be great. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
He wants to be a starter in the league. He don't want to play the backup role, so he's going to go where somebody's going to get hurt.
I think he's going to leak news about Deshaun. He's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
It's a good idea.
I'm so excited for Jameis Winston, dude. All right. I'll let you take this one over, Lamar. The Chargers recap in the AFC West.
Yeah, so I wasn't too excited because there were four big plays here going into free agency. You have, of course, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams. So it was really, I thought that they were going to have to do away with more than just one of them. But ultimately, it came down to releasing Mike Williams and keeping the other 3. And now we're in a pretty good position cap-wise. So that sort of takes care of that. And news broke today that Bosa and Khalil Mack are going to restructure their deals to put us in an even better position cap-wise. But we get Gus Edwards. We needed a replacement for Eckler. I'd still like to get another veteran running back. We got Josh Kelly backing up Gus Edwards, but I'd like another veteran guy in there.
Do you like Gus Edwards?
I do. I think he's a punisher, but I'm worried about his durability.
So if he can stay on the field,
yeah. If he can, yeah. That's why I'd like to go get another veteran guy. But
honestly, I'm scared for Derrick Henry being in Baltimore.
Oh,
because all their running backs tear their ACLs.
Yeah.
Don't you put that juju on him?
He put it on himself. He signed the contract.
Don't you put that juju on him?
Whatever.
But we're able to strengthen the defense a little bit, sign one of our guys, Aloy Gilman, as a safety. He'll come in as the free safety with Derwin James as a strong safety. We got Will Dissly, and then we're going to sign Hayden Hurst. So it's 2 pretty decent blocking tight ends. And the new GM Joe Hort said, the new offensive coordinator Greg Roman, his focus was going to be improving the run game. So having those tight ends that can block is going to be nice. And Hurst he's one of those down guys that can still go down the field and catch a pass. And then news just came in. We signed Kuna Ford to a 1-year deal. Defensive tackle. Kuna.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. Yucky.
Oh, well. All right. Bye. And then AFC West, only big news, obviously, Christian Wilkins to the Raiders pairing with Crosby. Great. They got a great defense. They're still not going to win because they don't have anybody to throw the ball. So, AFC East, we have got a lot going on. I got to hurry it up a little bit, I guess. Jesus, we didn't make it to the NFC. Bills get Curtis Samuel, re-sign Mitch, Deion Dawkins, and Daquan Jones.
Yeah, I wasn't huge on them cutting their defensive guys, but I think we touched on that last show.
Yeah, and they're just like the Dolphins, who are next. I mean, they got Jonnu Smith, Jack Barrett, Jordan Poyer, Anthony Walker, and Jordan Brooks.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I think them and the Bills gutted their entire teams. I don't understand why. I don't know what they're both doing. I guess we'll see come draft day and, post June 1 cuts, but I just don't know what the hell they're doing at this point. Patriots, again, I mean, they made some good moves. Jacoby Brissett's obviously the best backup in the league right now, and he's probably going to start at the Patriots unless if they take a quarterback at 2. But
do you give Jacoby the reins and draft a quarterback?
That's what I don't know. If it was Bill Belichick there, I don't think he does. I think he gives Jacoby the reins, but I don't even know if he would have picked up Jacoby because he would have been the GM there. I think it depends on who you get. I think if you get Jaden Daniels, you kind of let him go. If you get Drake May, I'd let Jacoby run it for a little bit, and then let it kind of like a Will Levis situation last year. They let Ryan Tannehill run it, and then he just happened to get hurt, and Will comes in. But I honestly don't know how that organization's going to be run now, so I could not tell you.
Yeah. So I'm guessing we're on the Patriots.
Yeah.
So Jacoby Brissett, man, honestly, I think he's probably – I mean, I haven't looked at anybody, but anyway, I think he's probably the best backup quarterback. I loved him last year in Washington.
I just said that. Yeah,
I'd love to have him back.
He's awesome. I mean, to be completely honest, I think that they let Jacoby have it for a little while. They're going to say, obviously, it's a quarterback battle, but I think Jacoby gets it just because he's got the experience and he can lead a team to win. Yeah. And then, honestly, it works out for that quarterback, whoever they get, because they get to sit a year behind a veteran guy who's been in multiple systems, and he can coach him up from there, right?
Yeah, and then Antonio Gibson. So getting both those guys from Washington. Antonio Gibson, man, I loved him in 2020. He really flashed his rookie year. After that, just kind of never – and all of it wasn't his fault, but just never did anything after that, honestly. Super, super talented guy, and I really hope they can bring that out in him. I like both those guys, and I hope they do well. The Patriots, I don't really know what their future is. Obviously, bad year last year, and they re-signed a ton of guys. I don't know what they're going to do in the draft. Obviously, it dictates on what the Bears and Washington does. So we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
And then last in AFC East is the Jets. Bowden, what the hell is your team doing?
J-E-T-S.
They aren't doing a damn thing besides.
Oh, yes, they are.
Besides thinking, this is going to be 2023 and Aaron Rodgers isn't going to get hurt, except this year he's going to go run for the vice president candidate.
I tell you what, this is not a political podcast, but damn it, they've got my vote.
We're not getting into that. All right, NFC North. The Packers cut Aaron Jones for Josh Jacobs and signed Xavier McKinney.
I was surprised by this move.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess was it a cap saving move? You think, or they make?
I don't think. I think it was more of an opportunity just to go get one of those top tier backs.
Right.
But I mean, I like Aaron Jones. I draft him at least in one league every year, or somehow trade for him.
Graham Martin does not like Aaron Jones, so just throwing that out.
Yeah, well, I think it cost him fantasy this year.
Yeah, because he didn't. he didn't play a lot. So
For those,
really
I did win.
Yeah,
I really
I think
like
what
them
beat him
getting
was
Xavier
the
McKinney.
Lamar Noah 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what got him. That's on you,
Yeah.
Trevor.
But Xavier McKinney is the Packers. It's a good signing. I really like the Packers, what they got going on. A lot of young guys, and they are stupid talented.
I'm a big Jordan Love guy.
Yeah.
Jordan Love's a good dude. I like him a lot. So,
Led me
Bears,
to the fantasy
DeAndre
championship.
Swift. What'd you say?
He led me to the fantasy championship.
All right. Well, you're welcome, Graham. Sorry about it. Bears get DeAndre Swift, Kevin Byard, and re-sign Jalen Johnson. I think they're making headway to not be the worst team in the league again, or one of the worst team in the league.
I don't know what they're doing.
They're taking Caleb round 1. They're taking Caleb 1-1. I don't know what they're going to do with Justin Fields. I think they should let him battle it out and let his stock rise a little bit and then try to trade him.
Yeah, that's just you're putting a lot into it.
You can't go into next season with Justin Fields in that locker room.
Yeah.
The locker room loves Justin Fields, though.
Yeah, but dude, if you've got Justin, he's not just going to take a back seat.
No, but that also makes Caleb compete a little bit more versus saying I want 50% ownership in the team, like a jackass.
Yeah, but you can't take the number 1 pick and expect him to ride the pine.
Who can?
When your quarterback last year didn't really show you anything. I think it just creates a nightmare in that quarterback room.
What are the Bears though? They're a fucking nightmare, regardless.
We'll talk about this more whenever we get to the NFC East.
Okay. Vikings, obviously, we get to that here in a little bit in the NFC South with Kirk being gone. They pick up Sam Darnold. Hell yeah. Aaron Jones, Van Ginkel, and Blake Cashman.
Yeah.
They got to get a quarterback. They got to get a quarterback. I mean, they got a decent roster. It's got a good quarterback.
Yeah.
But I just don't know what they're doing. Like, you didn't make a move for one. I guess if the Titans want to move out of 7, the Vikings have been a player for 7 since the draft came out, or if the draft order came out. The Vikings are a player at 7, but do you even get a quarterback at 7? I think they're on like a Michael Penix route, but is he first round material? I don't think he is. I think he's like 2nd or 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know. I don't know what their picks look like, but I mean, it could be a matter of them trying to get Spencer Rattler.
Right.
That's a dark horse in this draft. I think. I mean, he'll obviously be a late round guy, but he's got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Right. The Lions go get all defensive players because their offense looked good last year. Obviously, they needed to fill holes on defense. That's.
I hope their offense looks like shit this year. Fuck you, Ben Johnson, you piece of shit, pussy ass bitch.
Cut that.
I'm keeping that. That's staying in there. I'm letting the rant go, and I'm gonna clip it actually. So Davis, have at it on the Commanders.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep this short because if you go look at our list of free agent signings, it's literally a whole new team. So that just shows how bad the previous guys that were in charge were. Ron Rivera, you suck. Your buddy Marty, Marty, I don't even know their names anymore. They're dead to me. One of them's still in the office. We gotta get rid of him next year. But anyway, I think we signed 16 people at the moment. I don't think we're done. We still got a ton of money left, like the Titans. There's really no big splashes in this. We just got so many holes on the roster. You just had to get some guys that can come in and play, and also put some competition. Some of the guys on the offensive line, even if they're not day one starters, hey, when we go into camp, the guys that we have on the team right now, they're not just locked in the starting job. Like that's what we had in the past. Literally, we knew the 53-man roster before we even got to the cuts previously. So the roster was terrible. My favorite one is going to be the linebacker from the Panthers, Frankie Louvu. Very excited for him. Yeah, I'm gonna post a Twitter thread on all my thoughts on it. I started typing it out last night, and then I realized you can't really type that much on Twitter, so I got to delete some stuff. So,
are you guys a retirement home now, or how's that going?
Yeah, so if this was 2017, we'd be a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not.
So, but I think getting a lot of guys want to play for Dan Quinn. I think that's going to benefit the locker room. They're all on like 1 or 2 year deals. It's not going to hurt you.
One of Rabel. Dan Quinn's a football coach at heart, and he's a football guy, and that's what they're going to look for. He wants to build a locker room first, and then he'll go get everything he needs. I mean, you got the number 2 pick, or you get the number 2 or 3?
2. Oh, yeah. So into that. We traded Sam Howell today. I love that. Get rid of him. No use for him. You sign Marcus Mariota, and honestly, first thing that pops up, we sign Marcus. Who are we going to draft?
Jaden Daniels.
That was my first thought. I mean, it doesn't correlate at all, but having a guy with a similar play style, I think that benefits a little bit. But you trade Sam Howell, you pretty much get a 79th pick from it, and then you get the 152nd, and you traded Sam Howell, the 179th, and another pick. Anyway, you're back into the top 100. There's 6 top 100 picks. If you don't want Jaden Daniels, you're not sure between Drake May and Jaden Daniels, guess what? I got the number 1, or I got the number 2. I've got the number 36. I've got the number 40. Come talk to me, Chicago. We're open. Caleb Williams wants to come home. He wants to come home to D.C. He's from the DMV. We'd love to have him. Actually, I don't really care. I don't know who's good out of this class. Just give me a quarterback.
He paints his fingernails. I don't like him.
Yeah, he cries after games. So.
He wears dresses.
All right, 2024, we can do that. It's all right. No problem. Eagles, they got a haul.
Yeah, so the Washington Commanders.
This.
I don't either. The Commanders hit a lot of singles. We're just in there softball little slap shots. The Eagles are hitting dingers. You can't compete with dingers when you're hitting singles.
They get Saquon who came from the Giants. You get C.J. Gardner-Johnson again, Bryce Huff, Devin White, and re-sign Landon Dickerson.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, if he sucks or does anything to piss off Philly, he's dead after what he said about the fans.
True, but he re-signed.
Landon Dickerson got a bag.
Yeah, so the Eagles,
I think it's like $84 million.
The Eagles are kind of back. Maybe we'll see. It kind of depends on how Sirianni coaches. We're going to see how Sirianni coaches this.
They need a center.
I think Jason Kelsey's coming out of retirement.
Yeah, he's been looking at his phone like a hot meal, boy, waiting to make that phone call. Giants trade a 2nd rounder and 2 5th rounders for Brian Burns after offering the previous ownership of the Commanders the 2 first-round picks that they did not take, and they took a 2nd rounder and 2 5ths for him. So I'm very confused by that. But it is the Commanders, so.
No, that was the Panthers.
Or the Panthers, sorry. It is the Panthers, so nobody knows what they're doing. Okay, well, they don't know what they're doing either.
Nobody knows what the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm still confused. We're going to get there here in a minute. But, yeah, they traded a 2nd rounder and 2 5ths when they originally offered 2 first, and they didn't take that, but they took this. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense at all.
And then
I did get a text message. Go ahead, Trevor.
I was going to say the Giants, of course, they just dumped the Brinks truck at Brian Burns' new house.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, and then Kayvon Thibodeau. That's gonna be nasty.
That will.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good defense, but their offense can't score points.
Man, he destroyed Washington whenever I went to watch him.
But their offense is not going to do a damn thing. That's going to be the problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, see, man, that's what scares me. Like, are they going to try to move into the number 1 spot? I don't know what the hell to trade, but still, like, that's the type of team that will. I don't want the Giants to get a quarterback that I've got to watch be better than whatever we get. Like, I already know that's going to happen.
Right.
But I did get a text message from a Giants fan yesterday. I'm actually starting to get scared that y'all aren't going to be 2 easy wins anymore. Fucking dickhead.
Wow.
But no, that's a compliment. Thanks, bud.
And then the Cowboys have not done a damn thing, so I don't know what they're doing. Apparently, they didn't even call Derrick Henry's agent.
That's funny.
They didn't want to pay Zach Moss because they said Jerry Big Joe Hanson Jones said his salary was too high.
This might be a slight rebuild for them. I know it's weird coming off a division title, but
they're not doing anything. I don't know what to think.
What's the future of Dak right now? We got Dak in trouble.
He's going to be in prison.
Well, I saw another thing today that said he's being looked into for that, but then the girl that actually said it is he's got an extortion lawsuit out on her too because she's apparently making this up.
Well, I really hope either justice will serve or nothing actually happened. I hope the best of that situation. I obviously don't want anything bad, but yeah, good. Fuck Dallas. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I think America's team has been. They can't win playoff games, but them not doing anything is just weird to me because normally they do something and everybody's like, "Oh my God, the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl," and then they shit the bed, and it's just a continuous cycle of hell. But now they're not doing anything at all. Do you think Jerry Jones is like dead and like they're just not telling anybody and they don't have any?
It doesn't matter. He has an AI. He has an AI. So
I don't know.
He can be dead.
It's like Tony Stark.
I don't know what's going on with him.
I think we'll freeze Jerry Jones before he dies.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. NFC South. Kirk Cousins goes to the Falcons for 4 years, $180 million.
He's the smartest quarterback to ever play the game.
No, his agent is the best agent that's ever been to exist.
He's been guaranteed, I think it's over $300 million.
He's going to make over 4, I think, after this contract's over.
That's insane.
He kept riding the franchise.
You know why he
tag in
chose
Washington.
Atlanta, though, right?
Huh?
You know why he chose Atlanta, though, right?
Magic City.
Well, there's 31 Coles in Atlanta versus in Atlanta versus there's only like 16 inside Minneapolis. So he has a lot more options to choose from now.
Yeah, he's got a lot more strip clubs to choose from. He's gonna go try them lemon pepper steppers.
Yeah.
He's going that boy ain't going he's gonna act up over there.
Yeah.
And then the Falcons get Darnell Mooney and Rondell Moore. So
I don't think that takes him over. I like Darnell Mooney though. I think he could be pretty good.
right. Buccaneers, they re-signed Baker and Mike Evans.
So
They're going to have the same damn team they've had for the last 2 years. So congrats to them. And then the Panthers, Robert Hunt got paid, and they will suck yet again.
Yeah, he reset the guard market. That's a huge contract. But having a short-ass quarterback, you got to have inside protection.
Yeah.
Right. Saints get Tyrann Mathieu, Willie Gay Jr., and re-signed Demario Davis, and also cut Mike Williams.
Michael Thomas.
That's not unexpected. He couldn't pass a physical, apparently. He'll come out post June 1, be like an Odell and sign somewhere that's a contender and try to go get him a ring.
That's the lamest division.
Dude, it's the division in football. It sucks.
Outside of I'm a huge Baker fan, so anywhere he goes, I do like
Baker.
It's just who wants to be a fan of the NFC South?
Yeah, not fun.
I can see being a Saints fan. New Orleans is cool, but
NFC West, Cardinals haven't done a damn thing either. So,
they traded for Desmond Ridder.
Congrats! It's gonna be awesome.
Louisville, Kentucky's finest.
Yeah. I think I saw this today. This is the first time in Kentucky history. It's a little weird, but one of them went to St. X, one of them went to Trinity, and they got traded for each other. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think Desmond Ridder went to St. X. I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, and then Rondell Moore.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Rams get Jonah Jackson, Kevin Dotson, Colby Parkinson, and Darius Williams. Matthew Stafford's got to stay healthy for them to be good like he did at the end of last year. Awesome. And 49ers get Leonard Floyd. There's also rumors of Debo. The Ravens have expressed interest in trading for Debo Samuels. So they're going to have the best run game in the NFL. So it's going to be an amazing time to watch. Read option, Derrick Henry, jet sweeps with Debo Samuels, and QB sneaks with Lamar.
Another ACL tear.
Yeah.
Seahawks go get Noah Fant, Rashawn Jenkins, and re-sign Leonard Williams.
And get Sam Howell. The Halaban.
They do get Sam Howell. Does that mean Geno still starts?
Yeah.
Because he's still writing back.
I think Sam Howell's one of those really, really good backups. We got some really good backup quarterbacks. Jacoby, Taylor Heineke, Sam Howell. Come talk to us. Come shop. We'll have another backup quarterback in a few months.
Correct.
When he doesn't pan out.
All right. That's your free agency recap from us. We're going to move into Friday After Dark. We're not going to have Saturday picks today because we don't know who the hell is playing Saturday because this is Thursday night and it's conference tournament time, baby. So those will be out on social media come Saturday morning. Check those out. But Friday After Dark, Lamar, you could start.
Alrighty. So mine is, let me get it up here.
That's what she said.
Inappropriate, but
Here we go.
so here we go. We've got the Honorable D. Trump going, looking in just utter awe of this female here. Just being a dude.
I mean, he's
so
cheesing.
happy. Ooh.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
He's happy. He's happy.
Well, it ain't no surprise. 45 likes them women.
Ooh, look at him.
I mean,
but he looks like he would do something.
I mean, he wants to get her number like 100%.
Oh yeah.
If he's going up against Aaron Rodgers, I really think he needs to go get the sheriff Peyton Manning to run against him because I don't think he wins. If we have an NFL player running for president or vice president, automatic win. The NFL runs this country.
I agree.
So the video was, for everybody listening who can't see, it was the video of Trump. It looks like he just got done golfing, and there's a girl standing in the wind, like the wind's blowing and her dress is blowing out, and he's just looking at it going, woo! And then he's just smiling and cheesing. So Trump's still trying. Still
horny as ever.
Yeah, still horny as ever. So
Viagra.
All right, Lamar, that good?
Yep.
Davis?
So last week, I picked the guy staring at some boobs, and this week I'm picking more boobs. So staying on that trend. Yeah, big after dark guy. So anyway, this post right here from Slate, it needs to be said, Sydney Sweeney's boobs are not that big. And then the community came in. Yes, they are. You guys that are watching the YouTube, you guys can be the judge. But
yes, that's the own of owns right there. Like that's a guy. Like, remember how it used to be? Like your subtweet got more likes, and what's it called now? We're so old, we don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't.
Oh man,
we're gonna think of it in a minute. Anyway, he got more likes on that than he did on the original tweet, whatever that's called, because we're old. Tell us about it whenever you see this. Yeah, the community notes for the win right there, honestly.
I love the community notes.
Yeah, the community note right there is probably community note of 2024. That's got to be it. But yeah, big boob guy, Davis. All right. Nice.
Woo.
All right, Brian, what you got?
So mine is going to be Future and Metro Boomin released like a week or two ago that they were going to be dropping an album. Or not, I don't know, a week or two ago, like a month or two ago. It said, hey, we're going to be dropping an album. Brian's ecstatic. Love Future, love Metro. Russell Wilson announces on Monday that he's signing with the Steelers. And Future decides to drop that he's dropping 2 albums now, one next Thursday and the other one on April 15th. So the ultimate troll of Future being Future. I love it. It's awesome because he does not pay child support. I love that about Future. He just was like, you know what, Russell, you're not going to have your moment. I'm going to have more of a moment. And here we go.
I can see him paying child support in the most pettiest way.
Like pennies.
Yeah. Well, something to do with Russell or something petty like that.
He sent it to the Broncos facility for his wife, for Sierra. Yeah, so that's mine because Future's a dog, man. It's awesome. Speaking of dogs, Davis, from your tweet, I got animal control called on me at work when I saw that picture because I was barking at my phone. So I called Chloe barking hell at that point. I'm just
where did Sydney Sweeney come from? I don't know. She just showed up.
Euphoria.
I haven't watched that.
There's a lot of drugs and there's a lot of like sex and like wild like stuff that can't be mentioned on here. Like it's just not. I think Houston and Chloe watched it at one point and they I just couldn't do it. It's a lot. So, but that's where she came from, and now she did like 3 movies in a year, and here we are. So,
Now everybody just likes her boobs.
Yeah.
So if anybody's
that's our
wondering,
Friday.
I just lost another bet.
Oh, well,
Liberty.
we're 0 for 3 now on JBA podcast bets, and our poll that I put on Instagram the other day of last Saturday, everybody was fading us, and they were probably right. So good for them.
Yep.
You know what everybody also did?
Cameron said he told me, and he cussed me out because of it.
Good.
You know what everybody also did on the polls?
What?
They voted that I wouldn't have a six-pack and I'd be running this mile.
Hey, you can
I didn't get a single yes.
next week, start your Whey Good journey because we're going to have samples next week, and we're going to do a little taste test live, or not live, but on the podcast, kind of show you what they are. So get ready for that so you can not run this milk mile. I want you to not run the milk mile so that, like, you know, we could say, hey, Whey Good helped you. But if you have to run the milk mile, we're just going to say that you didn't give Whey Good enough credit there. That's what we're going to do.
You know, I'm going to send you guys. So these pictures I'm going to send you, one's from last September and the other's from last February. So this is where I was and then where I got to. And I'm a good, you know, I quit, you know, eating as healthy. Actually, I was on a terrible diet. It was never that. I took like a month off after I got married and I'm back in it, but still. So I'm sending you these 2 pictures and I want y'all's feedback. Like, do you guys think I can do it? I guess 6 or 7 months, however long it is.
I mean,
this picture I'm sending you, this is me. This is me at my worst. I'm embarrassed of that picture.
You look good. The second picture, the one not with the basketball goal in it, you look good. The first one, I've been there. I feel you.
So I think I can do this, man. That was like that was 6 months.
You got it. I think
that was 6 months, and I'm not there anymore. So
yeah, we
shall see. So yeah, all you hoes, all you haters are my motivators.
We're gonna find out. Anybody got anything else?
Nope.
We have a bracket challenge out.
We do.
Yeah.
Make sure you join the JBA Pod Bracket Challenge. The link is in our bios on our link tree. We've been posting it. We'll probably post it every other day on our stories and on our social media. So be looking out for that. If you win the bracket challenge, we've got a prize pack for you that's going to include some merch, some gift cards, some stuff like that. So please join. It's free. I don't know why you wouldn't want to join and try to win a free prize. You got to do is make the right picks. It's not that hard. And remember to get your Friday After Dark submissions to us through the week for next week's episode. We'd love to read some of y'all's. It's a big weekend in college basketball, and they're going to crown some winners in some tournaments. We're going to get some seed mixed up. It's going to be great. So we're going to dive into it all next week. Y'all have a great Friday. Peace.
Left hand up.